Just a couple weeks ago, a tweet came out. Oh my God, they're going to be free today. Oh, this thing's every day someone's saying they're going to be free today. They're going to be free today. With where you are today, what is your level of optimism of how this thing's going to end?
I have a great deal of optimism in where this will end as far as what's currently being investigated. Because again, there have been, what's really important in all this time that's passed, there has been no new evidence, no new alleged victims, nothing new to support this case. And clearly at this point, the evidence has not been strong enough for them to file charges against the brothers. So I think they're going to push this preventative arrest, because they can for now while they're looking for evidence. But everything I've seen, I think it is not going to be hard to disprove all of these allegations. So I'm very optimistic in the ultimate result of this case. Obviously, it's not as soon as we would like. Each day they're in custody, we feel like it's an injustice because they should be home. But the only other thing I want to add is that, you hear human trafficking, and that sounds awful, but this is just not a case of human trafficking. And again, without getting into the evidence, obviously it's difficult to explain really what I mean. But this, to emphasize, the webcam business is a legitimate business in Romania. Many women have come forward. There's articles you can read about why this is such a thriving business there. And this gives women there a means of making a lot more income. Some of the time women don't have the means or the education to make the kind of money that they could get from an industry like this. And, they're standard like any other job. They have set hours. They take royalties. They pay commissions to the business that they're dealing with. So this is not something unusual in Romania. It really is a legitimate, thriving business. And they are trying to take this legitimate business and criminalize it in this particular scenario. And I think it's going to ultimately fail.
Well, that's a playbook, that's the playbook is, hey, if we, just this question on what you just said, right? The curiosity. So if it wasn't illegitimate and it wasn't a crime to go to jail, can the government suddenly create a law and get it passed to be in, then to get someone where you're convicting them of a crime because the laws have changed today? Because that's what Giuliani did with the mob, and all of a sudden 240-something people went to jail on the same day. Can they do that, or that's not something they can do?
Typically, you can't enact, you could enact legislation, but it's on a moving forward basis. There's no, in a criminal context, there typically is no retroactive application. So if something had, predated when the law changes, then you can't go back and say something you did, because, for a criminal charge, you need to have notice that the behavior is deemed to be criminal conduct.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.